Hello everyone and welcome back to episode 2 of our Manor Lords playthrough. In the last episode we just finished our starting position, so now it is time to hopefully very quickly expand our settlement. There are a couple of things that we want to address today. In particular, we want to raise the happiness level over 75%. And I think the easiest way to do this is to get working on the church. Now for the church we need obviously logs, we need planks, and we do have enough stone to actually build that church. So all we really need to place down is a saw pit, and of course the saw pit should be somewhere very close and basically directly off our logging camp. Disease, yeah, we need herbs. Okay, at some point we need herbs. So overall, that is fine. Now, most importantly, we do need more logs. However, we currently have not enough people to increase that. So I'm temporarily taking someone off the storehouse, because technically, I mean, you do need the fuel, but it might also be okay if you don't get the fuel yet, until we have another family move in. So this way we can definitely at least increase our log production until then, and already saving complete, thank you, and already get the sawmill on the go. And we can already place it. So let me actually slow this down a little bit, because I want to make sure we have a good space here where we will really place down our sawmill. I'm just going to expand this road here. And then we'll actually create another like road triangle up there, which I think serves us well in terms of placing our sawmills, well, one for now, just off that road. All right, so with that done, let's resume. One family we still have in terms of building, and they are currently building that. I will actually high prioritize the production of the forager, because you have already started before you start moving things to the sawmill, and it might already be too late. Woodcutter guiding an ox. Yeah, you're already bringing it over. Okay, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. All right, looking forward to the first settler moving in. Why is it taking so long? I don't know. Current effect, monthly migration +1. Okay. I'm ready. Hello? Nothing yet? Okay, fair enough. Still gonna fast forward because, well, initially the game will be quite slow. We have still that one family fishing. Overall, the amount of fish looks pretty good though. So I'm quite excited to see that, because that is what is currently supplying us with the added food. Food is 5 months, fuel is currently a little bit low, so we will need to add our firewood gatherer for that. New family has started to move in, awesome, because that means I can set someone up again for the storehouse, so we can make sure the happiness level stays high enough. All right. We're also going to keep adding the living spaces whenever we have a few logs available. And currently we do not. Oh, we actually have the forager hut almost done. That is really good, because once this is done, we'll again move a family up there and probably remove the person from the storehouse. Actually, let's do that right away. They can help in the meantime with the construction, even though this is basically done. There we go. One family in there. And we are trying to harvest all of these. I don't think this will ever die out. We will completely use it up, and then it just will grow back basically next year. That's at least what I experienced in the last play. So let's hope that was actually correct. All right. So sawmill is coming in. Let's fast forward through that as well. It is a gorgeous game. Advanced production, by selecting advanced tab, production, artisan workshop, reserve. Workers will not work until you have more of that resource in surplus. Okay, I guess that kind of makes sense to have. I do want to add a family in here, but again, we're kind of low overall on stuff. No unassigned families. I will actually now remove one family from the logging camp, and then we're gonna expand our housing level. Adding one here is also just costs 2 wood, same as building an entirely new residential area. It is a tiny house compared to the actual house, so I don't think it affects happiness overall. Sick. Ooh, why are you guys sick? Now we need herbs in order to cure them. However, in order to get herbs, we need to do an extension up here, and I don't want to spend the 25 gold, because that means we will, we have no money left to actually open trading routes. Not the greatest. Alright. We are currently now waiting on getting the planks and the timber for the church. Planks that we need for a church would actually be 20. That's quite a lot. But I think it might be worthwhile doing that. In the meantime, actually, let's have a quick look. If we are building a trading post, that costs 4 logs. And I think we might place our trading post. I kind of want to place it in that center right here. But it is relatively far from the storehouse. I guess not too far, to be honest. So if we're adding a road in here, another one in there, and then make a connection between those two. Oh, look, it's a shrine. Very cute. Yeah, that tells me this area is actually predestined for a trading post. And look at that. It fits almost perfectly. Alright, we do actually have 5 planks already, which means this is going pretty well. How many logs do you actually need to make a plank? Yield modest. Okay, fair enough. You need tools, people, advanced, reserve. Okay. Actually, I do want to set up the reserve of 5 timber. So we'll definitely have enough planks, enough timber when the planks are ready for the church. Alright, let's fast forward this a little bit as our villagers are working. Have a family moved in. Quickly gonna assign them to the logging camp to speed things up a little bit. It is June now, so very soon we'll need to create some firewood. So firewood, we might just place you along that path as well. Maybe actually right in here. Let's have a quick look. How much does it cost? Just 1 log. So you know what? We're gonna add you right in here. So you can start creating firewood. And I will fix that road. Oh boy. Here we go. Alright. Only 1 house available, which also means we need to work on more housing. Because again, we want to have as many of our settlers coming in as possible. If I extend you here, you actually do get backyard extensions. Now I kind of would like to not have any backyard extensions, but still get the amount of housing. Oh, I could actually add 2 more like these. Ooh, that's 3 houses. No, but that was 3. This is 4 houses. So let's actually place you here. 10 planks, we're making our way towards the church. And in the meantime, we're just gonna wait. I do wonder though why it keeps jumping in terms of speed. Alright, another burgage plot is in, and you guys might have seen it. Resources have been stolen by the bandits. Excellent. We're pretty low on fuel. I think that is still okay. And we can relatively easily expand our living spaces again by adding another +1 in here. Now, because we're kind of building this half circular... Can I actually... Oh, nice. You will just hug the houses. I like that. This way we have also another layer of housing that we can actually put in there, which I think will overall be, again, quite beneficial. All right, let's see. 20 planks are in. Let's actually go to advanced and set a production limit of 20. And I had temporarily removed the amount of timber available here because I wanted them to keep working on this, because we have 2 families in here and I'm hoping that the timber production will be a little bit faster. Well, that's just me hoping. All right. Also still waiting for the next family to move in, but I think we are kind of getting there. And again, it's like having a village spread out like this, for me at least, that makes a ton more sense. We do need to remove the stone at some point, but that is, I want to say, future worries. And again, at some point we will need to expand this, but this doesn't need stone, which I'm pretty happy about. The large granary would need stone, so that is something for us to consider in the future. All right, do we have 1 family now that just moved in? So we can assign them, and they finished the construction of the woodcutter lodge. So we're going to add a family in here as well. Have a quick look at the 1 family all the way back here. Doing okay, still harvesting. So things are moving forward, I want to say pretty well, hopefully. We'll see about that. However, we also need more space for people to live. But we also want the timber to actually build that church. Well, we do have a space of 1 left. So I guess that's not too bad. Happiness is actually at 68, so not too bad. I will remove the person from the storehouse again, and this is kind of the micromanaging that I guess we will have to do in the beginning in order to get things going. I will actually expand the living space because building the church will take a while, and I'd rather have an overflow of, or potential overflow space for our settlers to move into. Yep, didn't mean to click on that. Here we go. Fully built. We're back up to 2 available living spaces. Awesome. And 4 timber, which means we're almost there for our church. So let's go ahead, click on church. And yeah, like I said before, we'll definitely just place that. Why do we have logs here? Why are you guys cutting it down there? All right. I think we do have the amount of material that we need for the church. Yep, we do. So let me actually pause, because for whatever reason it is not snapping. Don't tell me there's not enough space here. So that might just be the road. Let's have a look at this. remove the road. See if we can place the church. No, we cannot, because we are too close to that. Ugh. So, what can we do? Well, we can move the granary a bit. And I think we're actually going to do that. Granary, the stones are in the way. What if we destroy you? Place down the granary. We could place you in the opposite direction. Let's have another look at the church. We place the church here, which I kind of want to do. We can't move the supplies. Alright, so let's do it the other way around. I wish we could blueprint everything. So if we place the granary here, and then build that road to the fisherman's hut, just to here for now, and then we're gonna continue up right in front of the hut. Highest priority, that's using up all of our stones, isn't it? No, 10 stones, 10 rubble stones. We are getting all the materials back. Good. I hope. Yes, I think so. Okay, fast forward, because we need our food supply for our people. Alright, granary is available. Add a person in here, and then we should be able still to build the church once they have moved the supplies. And I also just noticed this road not gonna work because our church will intersect with it. There we go. We also need more living spaces. Do we have enough logs? We don't have enough logs. I want to set them up to build the church first. And I think we might be able to do that now. Nope, there's still something there. Even though I can't see it. Oh, there. No. Yeah, can't see it. Anyways. Here we go. It's all empty now. So let's go ahead and build that church. I cannot snap it to that road up here. There we go. Place the church right there. That tree has been felled though. Yeah, I'm still gonna just place the church now. Alright, here we go. Church is in. Granary stores are hopefully supplying food again. It looks like it. So that's pretty good. Gonna add one person now to the storehouse again. And then we are already building, or blueprinting, I guess, the next house right there for when they have the space. And we can actually free up, apparently. No, wait, that's the woodcutter's lodge. Okay. But that will sort itself out because we now have a person in the storehouse, which will hopefully transport the firewood to the storehouse, making our entire area a little bit better. All right, let's have a look at what it looks like when the church gets built. Alright, looks like another family has moved in. And we still don't have the next burgage plot. So I'm temporarily high prioritizing the burgage plot because we need more living spaces before we consider building the church. Because we need to be able to have more people come in. Food is running a little bit low. It's probably not the greatest. We are kind of tapped out on the fish. The berries are also almost tapped out. Also not the greatest, but you know, we'll be getting there. We'll be getting there. Right, I think very soon it is time for us to look into alternative food sources, just so, you know, we can supply food to our villagers when they actually need it. Alternatively, we could consider buying it, but there's a 10 gold surcharge on any transaction, which means food is actually quite expensive to buy. Right, at least we have one more living space. I'm already going to set up the construction of the next living space. Let's actually leave this to very high, and then just watch as both of them are being built. Alright, church is built, next living space is built, and I'm really hoping that our happiness will massively increase to hopefully over 75%, because that should mean that we get more people moving in very quickly. I'm gonna already plan ahead for the next lodging expansion, and I'm just gonna split up that area right here into two smaller parts. Let's see, can we actually, this is quite large back here. And the road would need to move a little bit to the left or to the right, to be honest. Let's move it more. Actually, what happens if we place the houses first? All right, I'll actually take that. 2 more houses here. Can we do the same over there? That was a bit too far, I guess. Not far enough. They're a bit too wide for my taste. There we go. We could actually place another house here. What if we expand more like that? That's 3 of them. Maybe I need to go like that. Or with backyard extensions. What if we actually give them more separated housing? Could place them like this. That would be 3 houses. Not too bad, to be honest. So maybe we'll do that. And it kind of makes sense that it would grow out like this, right? Because they have a quick way to that main road that brings them to the marketplace and to the well. So overall, I think that makes sense. Let's add another person into the logging camp. And what we actually really need to do is build our trading post, because I need to see what would make the most sense for us to really build for trade. Now, I had put that little road back here to kind of have the trading post face off from it. And we might actually just put you here. Oh, I like that. Because then we have space in the back and in the front for more hitching posts, which overall will be very, very useful. Another family joined. The next house is basically done. Good. So we still have 2 available housing. We do need 4 timber in order to build that trading post, so we're definitely going to do that. And that might also be the last thing we're going to do in this episode. But we'll see. We'll see. Trading posts. There we go. Just 1 more. doesn't that look nice? If I dare say so myself. 74%. I'm hoping it will increase by 1 more percent. And then we see if at 75% we actually get 2 families moving in at the same time, which overall would be great. Although our food production is a little bit iffy. Wait, why are you down so much? Where'd all the water go? Oh, because it's summer. Oh, crazy. I did not know this was a thing in the game. Wow. Crazy. Berries are also out, so that means we're currently not getting any more people in. So that's not great. But yeah, let's still build the trading post and then see where we can go from there. In terms of fertility, we could put down a farmhouse, getting some rye out of this. Yeah, I think this area back here, probably the best one to go for. Rye is not the most desirable food from what I hear, but I think it's good. It's supposed to be, it's not supposed to be, it is really healthy. So that is just something to keep in mind. I will remove the family from back here. We could add more families in, oh, what we actually need to add is 1 person in the church. I'm surprised they actually went up to 74 without a person in the church. What is that person? A grave digger. Okay, maybe we don't need a person in the church. Huh. Interesting. Alright. Anyways, we're gonna wait until the trading post is built. And then I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. Trade is up, which means let's have a pause and a quick look, because one of the first things that I want to see is how much can we export clay for? 1? Yeah, it only costs 10 to open, so that's not too bad. And then, but if we go into the major trading, salt is still great. Ooh, but it costs 50. And I think as soon as I open the trading route, this will double to 100. I think that's what the other one did to us. So if it's not in here, what about the roof tiles? Okay, that's 40 to open, which might just up to 80. So if we open the clay one, planks could also kind of work. We have an okay amount of logs. And this might be... No, but we will chop down all the trees very quickly. And regrowing them will actually take a while. Okay, I think we're going to go down the clay route. First selling the raw clay and then turning them into roof tiles and then selling those. I don't quite know how roof tiles work. We'll figure that out. But that is a thing for the next episode. So thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.